Hi everyone, welcome to today's transmission. I'm sitting here outside of our Airbnb, I have a chamomile tea, and I'm just taking some quiet time because it has been amazing since we arrived since we arrived last Wednesday, but it has been non-stop. And we head back to very late tomorrow, so there's some more things to do tomorrow during the day. And so I just came outside. There's this kind of little fountain in front. I don't know, maybe you can hear the water. And I wanted to do the video out here, and I thought what I would do is lead a meditation. So I have very low energy right now. It's not bad, it's just full, right? And I don't think I will really be able to fully process just this whole blessing of my daughter getting married, but not just that, all the lead up to it. Because one thing I haven't mentioned, and I'm sure I'll reflect on it more, is she got married yesterday, October 25th of 2025, and last October 25th of 2024 is when Greg, my husband, got diagnosed with cancer. You know, it was a pretty awful day. It was a very big shock, even though he'd been in this medical journey taking different tests, and it kept pointing to maybe that being it. It was still a shock because I was still like, there's no way he's got cancer. There was no like big symptoms or anything. He'd been healthy his whole life. I mean, I just kept thinking, okay, finally they're gonna cancel it out. Meaning that they're gonna say, no, it's not that. But anyway, I'll do a separate video, I think, on all that. But the point being, he got diagnosed on the 25th. That's when we got the test results back, 2 days after my birthday. And then my daughter, I don't know, maybe like a week later, told us that she was engaged and she was gonna get married on October 25th. So like exactly a year after Greg was diagnosed with cancer. So I just remember thinking, you know, at that point, we were still processing, trying to deal with insurance because, you know, we had relocated to a new country, Mexico. We'd been there a year, a little bit more than a year, but we'd never had to use the insurance. It was just a lot, and not to mention understanding what it entailed, the treatments, all of that. But I remember thinking, okay, my daughter's getting married exactly a year from his diagnosis. The goal is all of the things that we have to go through, and we're gonna go together to the wedding. And Greg's gonna be healthy, and we're gonna go together. We're gonna get to dance together and see her getting married and all of that. And it was a long year, but we did it. But I don't think as we kept getting closer, we're like, okay, we did it, we're gonna go together. But then we're here, and it's just so full on that I haven't really taken the time to like fully appreciate and acknowledge, like, we did it. You know, we were here, and just so many things. There's just so much. Like I said, I can't really share much verbally yet, but I know I'm not alone. So wherever you are, what is an accomplishment that you maybe aren't even noticing or recognizing? And it doesn't have to be like mine, it could be something else. And our ego loves to compare, and our ego structure, or ego consciousness, if you want to call it that, loves to measure, like, oh, this isn't big enough, or oh, this is too small, or this is too big. So notice if your brain starts to do that, like, oh, this doesn't count because of this. Because your soul, who is really who we're meant to follow, especially as a helper, right? That's what we committed to. If you're a therapist or coach or whatever your job title is, you are here to bring about new modalities of healing. You are here to anchor in the light. You are here to be an example of what's possible. You are here to inspire others. You are here to be a midwife of transformation for others. And you will do it, you do it in your own unique way. And so, but the only way to have the impact you're here to have is to absolutely commit every day to following your soul's guidance. And that doesn't mean it has to be perfect. Like I am not suggesting in any way that I do that. I'm 100% successful with that. Absolutely not. I forget all the time. I get caught in the grips of my ego structure, but the difference is that I'm committed and I catch it, and more I'm learning how to catch it and have compassion. Sorry, there's a little bird up there. And have compassion. That's the key, is to catch it. It's not even about how quick can you catch it. I used to think that's what it was about. It's actually about being able to catch it and having compassion for yourself for being caught in it and then coming back. So I went off on a tangent there, but what I was saying is, so the question was what, because there's always something that your soul's wanting to highlight for you, of like something for you to celebrate, to acknowledge yourself for, to hug yourself for getting through, even if you're not fully through it. I mean, Greg and I are not fully through this cancer journey. We came here and his last test results were amazing, but he's also considered high risk. So we're also going to be resuming treatment in November. Not as intense as before, but still. But still, even so, I share that example just to say that I could easily be like, well, it's not over, so let's just keep going. No, it's so important for me to acknowledge all the different parts of me. I mean, I think I don't even get it yet. I know you understand. Like, I'm sure there's things that you look back and you're like, years later, you can kind of see like, wow, how did I get through that? Or wow, maybe you can even be proud of yourself. But I do think we're living in times where we're meant to do that sooner rather than later. Because the quicker, sooner you can acknowledge the growth, you can have compassion for yourself, you can be so patient with yourself, you can embrace yourself, you can accept yourself, the more of your soul's light you will be able to carry. So I know there were so many things that unfolded here since we landed in San Antonio last Wednesday that really made me see like how much had happened in a year, how much I had changed and shifted, how much I had healed, and also how much I'm sorry. I don't want to stop the recording, so you'll have to see me clear my throat here, but what I was going to say is also how many wounds I still carried. That was the other thing. It was also noticing, oh wow, I still have, I don't think there was anything that I felt like was as intense as it was before, but I could still see like, oh, I still have tender parts around that. Oh, I still have hurt parts around that. You know how that happens when you gather in something like a wedding where you see people you haven't seen in like so long? It's so beautiful and challenging and everything, right? And so it was very easy for my ego structure to start to go into judgment of myself. Like, why am I still hurt about that? Why am I still upset about that? I should be over it. I am spiritual. I am a helper. And to be able to catch that and be like, oh my gosh, that's my ego structure that always wants to compare and judge and all the things. My soul is just like, let me have compassion for those parts of me that are still processing, understandably so. That was the thing. Like when I shifted to my soul's perspective, it wasn't like my soul was like, all right, Lisa, yeah, I love you, but get over it. No, my soul was like, of course seeing that person triggers that. Of course that would be challenging for you. Remember everything you went through, and not from a place of like, so hold resentment and be unforgiving. No, it's just for me to understand how far I've come, for me to have compassion for myself, because this is the beauty of it. When I was able to do that, when I was able to have compassion for myself, I suddenly, true compassion, and be with that. Then I softened towards other people. Then I was able to feel very genuine compassion towards some individuals. And it wasn't coming from forcing myself, like, oh, I should be nice. Oh, I understand why they did that. They did that because of this. So I should be really compassionate. No, that's again our ego structure. And so I know I said I was going to do a meditation, and then I went on and on. So, but let's do a little one. I'm going to take a sip of chamomile. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center like this. And I can't do both, but you can do both. I'm holding my phone. I do have my brand new camera. I was so sure I was gonna have time here in San Antonio to open it because I had it delivered here. I've not even opened that box because there just hasn't been time. But in the coming weeks, I will be opening it. And I think it'll be much more pleasant to watch these. But anyway, hands over your heart. Take an inhale and an exhale. Feel the earth under your feet. And ask your beautiful soul, say, beautiful soul, show me. Show me one area, one situation, one accomplishment, one transformation, one healing, one shift, no matter how little or maybe it's big that it is, that you are wanting me, you're guiding me to take a pause and to acknowledge myself for. It doesn't have to, maybe the word celebrate doesn't resonate. For some of you it might. For some of you it might be like, yes, I need to go celebrate this. But some of you it might be more like, oh, I just need to acknowledge myself and acknowledge my parts and give myself a big hug. So what is it? Ask your soul to show you. And what I just noticed when I did that is what came to my mind was these really nice things that a few people have said to me in the last few days. And my soul was saying, remember those, really let those in. It's almost like I got them, I thought they were cool, and shoop, put them aside. And so my soul was saying, like, no, take those in. Those are important. Those are essential. Those represent your pearls of wisdom. So for you too, notice if maybe that's the message for you. If there's something about pausing and really taking in the other people's compliments or acknowledgments of you, or thank yous that they've given you, or and if in this moment you don't hear anything or you're not aware of anything, that's okay. Your soul knows that you ask, and they will be revealed in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Again, you're asking, what are you guiding me here at the end of October to acknowledge, to appreciate about myself, to maybe celebrate about myself? And I know you may be watching this at a later time that's not October, but it's still whenever you're watching this. And then welcome your soul to fill your heart with light, your whole body with light. In fact, you can visualize like a cocoon of light hovering over the crown of your head. I'm just going to do long distance Reiki, so just feel that. I'm just going to say that cocoon of light, or that bubble of light, is filled with beautiful Reiki energy. If you don't know what Reiki energy is, that's okay. I think of it as just unconditional love. So you can imagine that bubble of light is filled with unconditional love, and it's actually the shape of an egg. It's just gonna crack open and just start to descend over you, bathing your crown with that beautiful golden light as the crown of your head starts to relax, moving down to your third eye, as your third eye or this area starts to relax, moving down your cheeks and your jaw, any tension in your jaw relaxing, the back of your neck, your throat. If there's any words that you feel you've had to swallow or hold back, or maybe there's words that are songs, not literal songs, maybe literal songs for some of you, but just kind of your song, your message that's being prepared to emerge from you in a different way, in a more refined way, in a more impactful way. And then that light goes down to your heart and fills your heart and fills any areas that feel broken or tender or hurt. Fills them with so much light, knowing that those tender places are really what become our most powerful places. And then moving down to your abdominal area, filling that whole area with light. Down to your pelvis, your hips. Moving down your thighs, your knees, your ankles and feet. And any excess energy is moving out of your feet into the earth. And the earth, when we do this mindfully, the earth then can recycle and compost whatever excess energy we release. And I'm also hearing if there's any energy that isn't yours, because as sensitive helpers, we do that, right? We unconsciously carry other people. We're sending any of that energy back to where they belong, to whoever it belongs to. You don't have to worry about that or direct that. We call on their own soul and higher self to take it back. And just feel your soul blessing you. We call on the divine to bless you, bless your path. We call on all of those ascended masters. In particular, right now we welcome Mother Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe, Kuan Yin with her vase of compassion, to seal this blessings, this energy healing across all 4 levels of your being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all dimensions of time. And I am sending you so much love. Tomorrow we fly back, but I'm hoping that I can do the video in the morning or something like that, because I tried doing it in the airport when we were flying here. It's so loud. It was very hard to find a spot that wasn't so loud. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow, and then I'll be back in Mexico later in the week. I will see you soon, everyone. I think this was day 13, by the way. I think so. All right, sending you so much love. Bye.